Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Essen. I'm 26 years old from Finland. Or I'm soon like 27 in November. I mostly work as a personal trainer online, coaching, and I also do a lot of model jobs, influencer, promoter, and blog a lot. I I love to just be on online so I can reach so many people as possible and through the phone and computer. It's amazing, and when you can travel and meet international people through the media, so easy. So that's what I my passion is, and I work out a lot. So of course I want to be in the health industry. So that's what's in my heart, and I want to help people as much as possible.
So how did you actually get into the world of health and fitness and what made you want to do personal training?
It's really weird because before, as younger, I was totally like not at all into to anything like this. I was more like fashion. Dreamed about being a designer and or makeup artist and like that. But yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen. I fell down in deep depression, and the only way up from that was to start working on myself, like mentally and physically. And that was when my dad showed me the gym, and I started working out, and I just fell in love with it directly. So I found my passion, and I started to understand how good you can feel from just working out and eating right. So that's when I wanted to start like helping others and also understand more about the body and mind. So I went to a school and learned as much as possible, and after that I wanted to start working as it.
So where you're from, like here in America, it's not the most popular thing to do, obviously, to be in fitness. We have obesity rates and diabetes rates that
Yeah,
are sky high,
yeah.
heart disease, things like that. But where you're from, how like what is kind of the viewpoint from people about fitness in general?
I'm from Finland, and maybe a couple of years ago it was not, or maybe 10 years ago it was not at all popular. It was just men that worked out. It was really weird for women to work out, and yeah. But at the same time as I started, it started also every year going more like popular and bigger. And now like the last year it has been like crazy. Everybody goes to the gym. It's like weird if they doesn't. And yeah, it's not weird at all that women lift weights or spend a lot of time there and focus on their health, especially like from Sweden, that is really near from us. They are like always one step forward. So especially there it's really like common to have different diets or eat healthy, and we also try to copy them. And now it's really you usually to like it's not weird that somebody is eating healthy, but before a couple of years ago it was like, what the fuck. Can't you just be like normal and stay go out for a drink?
So what do you think, you said Sweden, but like what do you think made, the what do you think really pushed the change in that direction? Was it like a social media? Was it education? Like what do you think made that switch?
Yeah, it must be like social media that is so big. And
Was it before that? Was it anything in the educational system? Was there anybody talking about, um, hey, we should be eating healthier, we should be, maybe working out? Was there any type of thing in schools? Was there any type of thing on maybe like a TV commercial, or was there anything like out there that was just trying to push it before it became popular?
I think like before the focus was only like to get lean and like look like the models and just like lose weight fast. But now it's like a lot of focus on the health and build up like muscles and be healthy in general. It doesn't need to like lose weight, it can also like gain weight. Like that is as important as that. And now, like when the media has grown so much and we can market everything, and we can also like do a lot of research about anything, like, and now we know really much how training and diet can impact in your well-being, how it can like save depression and stuff like that. And before, maybe especially in Finland, we never talked like open about being sad or feeling down. It was more like hiding everything inside us. And
So for your personal, experience with mental health, and when you started to work out more, you started to eat healthier. Tell us a little bit about kind of that experience and how that really did start to shape your mental health in a positive way.
in the beginning, I was sick in anorexia. I was 13 years old before everything, and that was when I started eating like vegetarian, vegan food a lot for many years. But when I started working out, I also wanted like to get all the possible, like building up myself from the food, also give all the building materials like as possible. So I changed completely and started like eating everything and animal food. And that was when I realized how much it changed me and how much better I felt and slept better, slept better, yeah, on the night. And my recovery was amazing, much better. And I got results, build muscles, and I just started to feel more balanced. So of course I continued it. And also during the years, I have my rheumatism arteries in my joints that got really bad during the years. I have had it since a kid, but it just got worse through now when I'm older. So now I have also realized how much I can control my rheumatism from the food, what I'm eating, and how I'm working out. So it doesn't just help me inside, like mentally, to feel good. It also helps like everything, like I said, switching from vegetarian to eating animal. That affect me, like my recovery, my well-being, my energy, and my results in the gym. And then my rheumatism, my joint pain can a lot get better from the food what I'm eating.
And where did you get the idea to switch your diet up like that? Was it just something that you had an idea about? Was it something that somebody told you about? Did you read about it? Where did that idea come from to switch your diet up?
Really weird. Like switching from vegetarian to animal, that was totally my idea. I just like wanted to try it because I always loved meat, but I don't know why I stopped eating it for a while, for many years. So I was really happy begin to eat it again. But I think like when I started to be a vegetarian, that was just because everybody was telling it like it's healthy and good for you. And so I wanted to also be like everyone else and like do the things that is popular. I didn't understand how like what bad things also can happen when I was like a teenager and growing up and working out a lot in soccer and stuff like that. Then later about my rheumatism, I have read like so much stuff because I want to get help. Of course, I like then read and about research studies and what other gets help from the diet and training. But there is so much like different, of course, because everybody is different. And also so much like that I don't feel I get help from. But so it's just like you need to start trying yourself what works on you, what helps for you. You can't like listen just what other people say. So it's like it's really interesting, but on the same time hard, and I'm still learning all the time.
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do is continue to learn because even when we figure it out, our own bodies change and we might have to make a change.
Yeah,
Uh, but
exactly.
but I think it's really interesting that you mentioned you kind of were, we're staying away from meat. You were on that vegetarian diet because it was the popular thing. And I think that you
Mm.
see that a lot here right now too, where meat is kind of being it's like a almost a moral decision that they're making it like a if you're vegetarian, you're kind of doing the better thing. You're kind of doing like the right
Yeah,
thing for animals and for the earth and for whatever. But then we're seeing, negative health impacts from some people. And we're seeing just in general,
exactly.
like negative health. Like
Yeah,
I said, I don't think it's necessarily good or bad to be a vegetarian, but I think you should do it based on your own body. You should do it based on
yeah,
the actual research
exactly.
you see and not necessarily just what, somebody's
What
telling
are
you
they?
on the internet.
Yeah, because everybody is, yeah, different, as you said, and everybody is not supposed to be a vegetarian. But like, of course, if you feel good of it, you can continue. But if you feel bad, then don't do it just because it's like healthy, because it is not healthy then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think we neglect our own we neglect the way that we feel sometimes. Like, we're just so locked into sometimes like a herd
Yeah,
mentality. If everybody
exactly.
else is doing it, we'll do it. And you can
Yeah,
you can point that in at anything really, at any status quo kind of thing.
yeah.
If people are just all around doing it, then we just kind of get sucked in and it's like,
Mm,
is this something that makes you happy? Is this something that makes you feel
mm,
good on an individual
mm.
basis? So, how long did it actually take for you though to start to feel better and start to see results from changing your diet? Was it, a very short period of time? Did it take a while?
Well, from the vegetarian to the meat, I directly felt better, of course. Or I don't know, I not of course, but I felt better, and it was surprising. And that was like I was really feeling good for maybe 1 year, but then my like mind started to just, I got depression because I didn't have like any life. Uh, I my all like high school and everything just had I had to stop it when I was before sick in anorexia. So I didn't have like any friends. I was just like home and doing a lot of model trips, and that was a really not healthy industry. Even if I worked out, started lifting weights, that was my like thing. But they told me like if I want to continue being a model, then I need to stop working out. So it was like either of them. And everybody, like my mom, my dad, everybody, my sisters, my friends told me like, when you have the chance to be a model, of course you do it now when you're young. But they didn't like, I cried. I told them like, don't you understand how bad I feel doing it, and you still want to like me to continue doing it? It was so weird. And I told them how much happier I am when I'm working out in the gym. I feel so good and like I'm happy. But they just told me to continue. So of course I did like the other people said. I was like the person that always, I lived a life for the other, like how they wanted it to be. And my heart was like burning of pain, of anxiety. I was feeling really down. And on one model trip in Tokyo, I really tried like suicide, and I was sent home. And after that, I started like my total life change, and it started going better every year. But it was tough. Like even if I could work out and eat well and see results, it was still like I needed to focus on myself and change how I was thinking, because I still felt like bad for leaving the model industry, and I felt like I have maybe like failed in some way, and I didn't know what my parents would say now when I'm like home and miserable. So on the other way, it was so much easier to live how the other people wanted, because then they would be happy and I didn't worry about that. But on the same time, the feeling that I had when I did something against what myself, like what I wanted, that was like a feeling I never want to feel again. Couple years of depression I had. uh, it took a while, but it was worth it, of course. Yeah, and if you're in a really bad place, it will take time, but you just need to have like patience and believe that you are going to get well.
Was fitness when you decided I'm not going to, model anymore? Was fitness for you, was it still like there in the back of your mind as a possible um, outlet for making money? Was it, or did that, like, how did personal training actually come back into your life? Like, okay, this is actually something that I love fitness and I actually want to help other people with this.
I had like no idea of that. I didn't like even know about that. I had not think about personal training at all. But the first like year, 1 year, maybe 2 year, when I really focused on lifting weights. But then just I saw a school on my language. I speak Swedish, even if I live in Finland. We everybody talks Finnish, but I talk Swedish. And then suddenly it came like a study, a school that you can be a personal trainer on my language, and that was like huge for me. I felt like this is my sign. I want to learn everything about my body, and also maybe in the future work as it. I didn't like take it that seriously at that time, but when I went to the school, I I just I saw like how it was something like meant to be for me, because when we did like we got clients like a trial, and I just felt like this is my thing. I love showing to people how it's done, and yeah, helping others. And so I just felt like maybe this is my thing and I want to try it. And then after I was done with the school, I started working as a it slowly, but I loved it. And then every year I started doing it more and more. And then also media growth, and I get like clients from the media, and every year just has been better and better and better. And I couldn't be like happier doing what I love. It it wasn't never like something I had in mind planned, but it just like happened, and I'm happy for it.
When you have somebody come to you, a client come to you, do they, a lot of times, do they even understand yet, like the benefits that fitness will give them? Or do they, a lot of people just come to you and say, hey, I want to have this physique, or I want to lose this amount of weight, or like, do many people actually understand the benefits?
It's like maybe half half. Like most of the people are like they just want to like lose weight fast, and they don't care about how they are going to feel. But I want to explain to them how much it affects you how you are feeling, and that is what I think is the most important. Even if you lose weight, you need to feel good and be happy, because otherwise it won't last. But of course it's also a lot of people that understands, because I tell a lot how I'm feeling and how my life changed from that day when I started working out and switching my diet. So it's a lot of like girls and young girls and boys that maybe are feeling the same way that I did in the beginning, and they want also to change their lifestyle, but they don't know how. So I'm there for to help them.
What do you think is one of the most like prevalent, one of the biggest reasons that people fall off the wagon, or they don't stick with the plan? What do you think the bit like one of the biggest reasons is for that?
if they're like doing something they have done on their own or look up from Google, so that's maybe not meant to be for them. That's uh, the wrong, maybe some like quite quick diets, like lose weight on 1 month, and it wouldn't will never last. That's why personal trainer are meant to be like the coaching. We go through how that person should work out and eat, because everybody is different. We do the work and analyze about you. It's also, if I have done a plan and somebody is not like sticking it to it, maybe they have a lot of personal issues or not being like honest. It's not just like us coaches doing a plan and then she will lose weight and everything will be good. The clients need to work a lot also. She need to be really honest and do like the homework that we make for them and stick to the plan, give like updates so we know if it's going the right way or if we want to change something. If something happens in their life, like a divorce or something, they just know that they should know that they still need to stick to the plan and continue and if they want to like reach the goal, and it will be worth it. Like they will feel so much better if they also focus on their self and not just be sad, because they will probably feel so much worse if they leave their own well-being.
When it comes to your own personal experience with fitness, has it ever become something to where you feel like it's been a negative, to where maybe you were using fitness kind of like too excessively, working out too excessively, or you were maybe too obsessed over your diet or too obsessed over something to where it just became a negative in your life?
I got like the question really much when I started working out, because I had been sick in anorexia, and a lot of people were scared like if this is going to the orthorexia. But I was so like near to myself, and I always been like really near. I feel directly if I'm feeling bad, if this is not good for me, and I don't never want to like go to the place where I was. So I always wanted to have the training and eating like a freedom for me, and nothing like pushing. If I feel shit or I have a lot of anxiety, then I'm going to feel that way. I don't want like the training to have or the food become like some therapy, because I don't want them to that's when it can be wrong. I just want it to be my mentally like place where I'm free, I'm happy, enjoying, and it's like a hobby, a fun thing. Nothing like if I'm sad and I'm going there, because then it can really go wrong. And a lot of people start also overeating for the feelings or overtraining, and I just don't want it. It's so easy, it goes over the limit and it's not healthy. I also feel like when I'm going to like overtrain it, my body tells me the signals, and that's when I know I'm going to slow down, keep maybe a week free, and focus more on other things in life. And that's I think that's why I also have my like routines. Like that is why my training is going well, and I will probably never stop training, because I have like a really free and healthy habit. It's not something I want to push and like I want to lose weight or build muscle. I do it just for myself. I love it, but it's not my life. It's just a part of my life. And anybody can do it. Like I went from like total zero and no total experience, and I was really tiny. So I really started from zero. So anybody can do it, and you don't need to be the professional and best from the start, and you can like work out at home, small steps every day.
Yeah. And I think it's funny to even think that like fitness is like a thing, you know, instead of just like naturally, you know, because it really is just moving your body, it's
Yeah,
walking, it's
yeah,
it's the things that
yeah,
we
exactly.
it's
That
the
we're
things
made of
yeah, it's
to
the
do.
things that we've always been doing. It's just kind of we
Mm.
stopped doing them.
Yeah, it's just now maybe it has gone a little bit too over the limit. Like they don't understand that like it's what we're made of. It doesn't have to be like gym and so hardcore, like
Yeah.
1-2 hours full speed.
Yeah, for sure. Literally just going for a walk on a daily basis, you can
Yeah,
make crazy progress with your health.
yeah, exactly.
For you, what you know, what is it today now that you know you kind of feel like you're in a pretty good place and things like what motivates you? What inspires you to just continue to live a healthy life?
My health and my like rheumatism arteries, because I don't want to get worse, and I want to keep it healthy, my joints, and be without medication. So that's my main point. But also because I love it and I feel so much better when I'm like eating good and living my life. But of course, I'm going to be like free and do still like go out and eat out, and it's not like something I would skip just because like I like eating healthy and training, but I'm still open to do other things in life and be social.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's maybe the main reason. It's not never maybe something like I need to think about. It just comes naturally. Everybody is different. Some people need like a plan and every day what they're doing, and other people want more like free, chill, like feel how they are feeling that day and do whatever.
It was really good getting to talk to you.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Absolutely.